Greetings to all of our change makers, and we're so excited to bring you another amazing interview. I just keep being totally amazed by the people all over the world who are change makers, who are out here to help educate people about the possibilities for more natural healing. So we're delighted today to have somebody from more of the western side of the U.S. Uh, and we welcome Miss Kat to the stage here. Kat Styrcula, welcome. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hi, my name is Kat Styrcula, and I am a sound healing practitioner. I do integral sound healing, which means that I don't use just um, these beautiful crystal bowls. I use Tibetan bowls and gongs and flutes and drums and shakers of all kinds to help people heal.
Wow, that's amazing. I like that integral sound healer. So,
Integral. Yeah.
whatever somebody needs, you can craft together the right
Right,
combination, it sounds like.
right, right.
Very cool. Well, and I'm pretty sure you've got some stories behind this. So what happened in your life that led you down this path?
Well, I have to say the most dramatic one, and I would have to say traumatic as well. Lots of people get head injuries, and it doesn't always have to be on the sports field. Mine was in a retail stock room. Okay, so I had boxes fall down and hit me in the head. I had one batch hit me in the head at the beginning of the month, and one towards the end of the month, and so I had a double concussion.
Wow.
I was seeing green lights and all kinds of things. The chiropractor did his work right away, but I was still having lots and lots of trouble. And the doctors can only do so much.
Mhm.
And at that time, which was about 2001, they only knew so much to do besides giving you a Tylenol and telling you to rest.
Wow.
So I went and sought out uh, how I could refire my brain to think correctly. I found some CDs that have alpha, beta, gamma waves to help stimulate the brain, work them better again. They worked so well that I said, what is making those sounds on those CDs?
Mhm.
And then I found out about these sound bowls and different sound healing things. So my first bowl was a Tibetan singing bowl.
Oh, wow. Nice. Wow. So what kind of changes did you start to notice as you were listening? You said you were listening to CDs or something
Right.
initially?
Better concentration, better sleep,
Mm.
which is a big one.
Yeah.
Um, just feeling more centered and more calm, even though that I was having, still some headaches and still seeing crazy things float across my vision that weren't there, but they were in my head. But
Wow.
using those, I have to say that I used those CDs for about 6 months, and then by the end of that time, I had gotten my own bowl and so started to use that. And having the sound in the room was more powerful than just having it in my ears. So sound healing actually works with the vibration in the space. So
Mm.
yes, you can go to YouTube. You can go to my channel and lots of other channels and see what sound healing is. But because you're not feeling it around your entire body, you're
Mm.
you're only getting part of the story.
Gotcha. So there's actually a, I guess the word is somatic experience that you
Correct,
can get from being in the room with them.
correct.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I remember one time I actually, I was pregnant and I was having horrible morning sickness, and I had a chiropractor who had this table that had speakers built into the table, and he would play music, and I just felt my whole body just relax into it.
Relax.
Oh
Right.
my gosh, that was amazing. So yes,
Yeah.
I'm definitely a fan of those kinds of experiences.
Yeah.
But I understand you also kind of somehow the universe at large decided you were supposed to learn about herbs as well.
Yes, well, when I was in my 30s, I think, I found out that I was allergic to psyllins. And
Mm,
so I had to actually find herbs and essential oils to keep myself healthy, because I had a lot of trouble with like strep throat and things. That was my weak spot was right here, and then
oh,
into
okay.
the ears. So I had to find another way to stay healthy. I did open up a herb store in Southern California, and you're not able to teach about herbs and have a store, so I had to hire an another herbalist in town to come and tell the great stories.
Mhm.
And she did a women's series, and the herbs that she was talking about helped with women's health. And from that, and from using those, I was able to have a child that no one said I could ever have.
Wow.
So,
Wow. There's another medical myth busted.
so that worked.
Wow. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it. It is so wonderful when we can find these more natural tools to be able
yeah.
to help us in ways that the chemical industry can't even imagine.
It can't touch it. I mean, I did use the medical world's drugs, and it just made me sick, and it didn't work. So I
Right.
said, I'm just gonna, okay, so here's the thing. So then you say, I'm just going to be one with the earth, with the universe, and I'm just going to be happy with who I am and do the best for my body, and
Mhm,
whatever happens is going to happen, and
mhm.
it did. So
Wow. Wow. Wonderful story. Well, I'm curious, do you have any stories that you could share about people that you've been able to help beyond yourself?
I have so many. I did connect with you because you were talking about suicide. Um,
Yes.
I did have one older gentleman. He was losing his eyesight, and his daughter actually paid for his treatment.
Ah.
He had been abused and almost killed as an infant by his father,
Oh my God.
and he was never told the whole story.
Mhm.
So even into his teenage years, he was experimenting with other friends in how to just hold their breath and black out.
Oh Lord. Oh.
And he had done this many times.
Uh,
And he said to me, I was always amazed that I would wake up and be alive.
uh,
So he didn't know where his trauma was
mm,
until he was in his 20s,
mm,
when finally he heard from his grandmother and his mother what that uh he had to go to the hospital when his father did whatever he did to him, and they had to remove one of his kidneys because it was so badly damaged.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so he never knew why he had that illness because no one else in the family had something like that. And then finally, in his 20s, he did find out, and then he became estranged from his father. Um, but then he did find out that his dad had been abused. So this had been going on for many, many generations.
Wow.
But he felt like he did not want to be here. Like he did not deserve to
Mm,
be here.
mm, mm, mm,
So
mm.
when I'm getting him, he's in his 70s. He's losing his sight. He's feeling horrible again, doesn't want to be here. And his daughter says, please work with my dad. And so I did. And the first time he did the sound healing, and now keep in mind he can't see very well,
Mhm.
but he saw beautiful colors. He felt warm. He said, "Oh, I've never felt this in my en- entire life."
Wow.
The second session, he came back, and he was expecting to feel the same thing.
Mhm.
But each time you do one, you're in a different place. So you're not necessarily going to feel the same on thing. So
Mm.
he did have some lights and things, but he felt that really warmth. He felt the love. He felt all of those things that he said he had never felt.
Mm. Love it.
And then his third session, which this is common. So either the third session you kind of feel like, oh, this is enough. I don't really need more.
Mhm.
So you're a little reluctant, and that's maybe because your body knows that it's going through changes, and it's scary.
Mhm.
So we did the sound session, and he said he did not see the colored lights, but he did feel something come into the top of his head
Mm.
and move down his body,
Wow.
and then fill him full of this cool, relaxed feeling, which again he said he had never felt.
Mhm.
And so he went home again. So you can't do a sound session more than three days apart. So you have to let the body rest and let the body settle.
Right. Right.
So the next week he came back and he goes, well, the last time I, really didn't think that I, felt much except for that like cool feeling coming into the top of my head. And I said, well, each time it's not going to be the same.
Right.
And the fourth session, he was so open to it.
Mhm.
So I think he was a little bit closed off in that third one. The fourth one, he was more open, and he was very, very vocal. And he was saying, "Oh, look, I see this spirit. I see this color. I see. Oh, the sound isn't just sound. It's a three-dimensional feeling that I have."
Wow.
Um, and so when we were done, I said to him, "Well, how do you feel now?" And and he said, "I feel now that I see that there is a reason to live. I see now that the world is a beautiful place."
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's the problem. And that's why so many people commit suicide, is they don't feel that they belong here. They don't. They
Right.
don't feel that this place is something. that they can live inside of,
Mhm.
that this world is not for them. So when you show them that your world is your world, and your world inside you is more powerful than the world outside, they
Yes.
they feel great. And
Mhm.
he was thankful, and he, after telling me all of the stories that had happened to him, I was I I also get to clear energy spots.
Mhm.
So these things that happen to him, you leave energetic marks.
Mm.
And so the sound bowls or drums or gong or whatever you're going to use can find a spot. Well, for his, I said, why is it so far off of your body? Because if he's 70, and this problem that he was having, I could see was like 6 feet away from him. I said, did something happen to you when you were a baby? And then he did tell me the whole story. So
Wow.
we were able to release those energetic negative marks that
Mm.
that were holding him his entire life.
Wow. Wow. Well, it's a blessing that he got to experience that while he was still here, because so
Right.
many people just never they never
No,
get to a place of understanding that there is more. There is, like you said, that we are much more powerful than anybody has led us to believe,
that is
and
right.
that's
And
beautiful.
you can choose to heal, but with the right tools.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, and I appreciate you sharing that story, because, yes, this is Suicide Awareness Month. And yes, we are doing a suicide awareness webinar on September 13th. And, we're trying to help more and more people learn exactly about some of the things like what you're talking about,
Right.
because, you know, my husband is a veteran, and
There you
we
go.
heard the Secretary of the Veterans Administration recently say something very profound. He said, if just talk therapy and pharmaceuticals was all we needed for, suicide ideation, he said we wouldn't be losing 22 veterans a day.
That's not, yeah. Right.
So that's exactly the truth of the matter. And so that's why I love the fact you use the word integral, because we talk about integrative healing. So,
Right.
it's fine to have traditional medicine, but we
Right.
need to research these complementary things and
Right.
use them together.
Right. That is right. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yes, there is a way out. I mean, it's sad that that gentleman had to go his whole life. Well, he went 20 something years not knowing why he had this feeling of needing to kill himself. He didn't know why.
No.
It was hidden. His
Yeah.
mother and his grandmother both hid that from him.
Oh,
So
wow.
you don't always know where your trauma's coming from.
Yeah. Yeah. That is totally the truth.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I am glad that you're doing the work that you're doing. It's much needed. Part of my mission is to get more people out in front of more people with the kind of stories you're telling, with the kind of knowledge, because that's how we're going to disrupt the suicide epidemic. And it
Yes,
is an epidemic.
it
Nobody's
is.
talking about it, but
It,
it's big.
it
So
is.
I'm sure you probably know more than most, just because of the people that you're serving.
I do.
But anyway, so I also remember you said next step for you is that you really want to do some teaching. What could people expect to see you teaching about in the future?
Well, my teaching would definitely be about a holistic approach to sound healing.
Hmm.
So there is a current wave of feeling that, woo, sound healing is this next cool experience to come and try. And
Uh-huh.
I say it is not entertainment.
Right. Right.
If you truly want to be helped, you need to get with a well learned sound healer that knows what, when you say certain things, what that means, and then what to apply to your situation that's going to
Mhm.
help you. Not
Yes.
not some generic sound or show, but like you have to hone in on what that person's feeling and where that is, and is it something that happened in childhood? Is it something that happened when they were 20? Is it something, what is it? Why, what energy are you clearing?
Absolutely.
So that is my goal. I think is to take on and teach those that really want to know more
Mhm.
about what sound healing can do.
I love it. I love it. And that sounds delightful. And I know exactly what you're talking about because, it's kind of like drum circles, right? Everybody thinks, "Oh, it's so cool to go to these drum circles." Well, it's not the same thing as therapeutic drumming.
It is not. It is not. And sometimes it just doesn't feel good. I've been to some of them and I've gone, no, they're good.
Oh, goodness. Well, it's good when you can have discernment and know what is right for you and what
Right,
isn't. That's an
right.
important piece of the puzzle. Well, please tell people, how can they find you if they'd like to get more information about all this fabulous healing work you're doing?
Well, yes, you can go to my Facebook page, which is Cat Styrcula. Very, very simple. I also have a website, which is AER Sound Sessions with an S at the end.com.
Mhm.
And there you can choose a healing that you would like to have. And then I also am on YouTube, which is Cat Sturgula 2370. I don't know what those numbers mean. I guess it's something good.
I'm going to assume that it is. Very good. Well, that sounds amazing. So, as we and I also invite you, make sure you get under these videos on both YouTube and Facebook, and put your website and such in there so people can easily find you. And as we wrap up this interview, what kind of words of wisdom would you like to leave people with today?
I want to tell every single person out there in the world that you have 100% opportunity to heal yourself, that you can make sound yourself, even if it's just humming in your
Mhm.
in your throat. You can do on that, and that is going to help you make a change. It's
Wow.
going to be hard at them first, because you're going to try to tell yourself that this wouldn't pass America's Got Talent, but you know what? Nobody knows if you have a bad hair day if you're in a, a dark room. Okay, so go ahead and do it. Just try it. Do some humming each day, some deep breathing. Feel that sound inside, and go for it.
Sounds like wise words to me. Well, thank you so much for being with us here today, Kat. And thank all of our watchers and viewers and everybody who is part of this Changemaker community. We're so excited to share these interviews with you. And if you haven't been interviewed yet and would like to be, please reach out to me and let me know, because it is important for us to share all of this information with each other. So thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the next interview. Until then, have a fabulous day. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.